Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Destry Rides Again, 1939. The golden age of Hollywood film. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I just like this flick. Got James Stewart. I learned a lot from reading the bonus features on this Criterion collection. He doesn't like to be called Jimmy. Everybody called James, but on television, the talking heads called him Jimmy after World War II. The twilight of his career. I guess this was the beginning of his career. To learn that Marlena Dietrich plays a saloon tramp in this one. She was teaching him to look at her in the corner of his eye. Some kind of acting technique that he learned from Marlena Dietrich. There's the Inglorious Bastards, 1978, and Adrian mentioned it's supposed to be a remake of The Dirty Dozen. Another Adrian mentioned. I don't know if you wanted me to watch this one or the other Quentin Tarantino movie called The Glorious Bastards from 2009, which has no relation to the original 1970 with Bo Svensson and Fred the Hammer Williamson. Let's see. I've got this one. Dimples with Shirley Temple and The Wizard of Oz. This one got bad reviews. I'm sure I'll hate it. But I got Glorious Bastards to look forward to. Lots of bonus features on this Criterion collection disc. It's got interviews with a bunch of annoying film critics. One of them goes on. One of them talks about this movie, and the other one goes on about Jimmy Stewart's career. And then there's a silent film actor who's in this, who's in a bunch of silent serials as an extra. I guess he moved up in film and he became the director of this or something. I don't know. Not too sure what his relationship is with this movie, but there's also the very long and uninteresting Lux Theater radio version of this with James Stewart and some other actors. Who played Frenchie, the saloon tramp, in the Lux Theater version of this. Joan Blondell played Frenchie in the radio version. James Stewart played Destry. All right. So there's this greedy white male swine of a capitalist pig cattle rancher who uses Frenchie, the saloon tramp played by Marlena Dietrich, to spill coffee in the middle of a poker game so that she can play the switcheroos with the cards. And for some reason, the bad guy's poker nemesis always offers to bet his entire ranch before the Frenchie Marlena Dietrich coffee spill trick. And they know they're being cheated because they they have 3 aces, but after Frenchie switches the cards around, Uh-oh, Loveface XYZ is back. I always get Loveface XYZ this time of day in the chat room. Online strips without clothing. But there's no link to click on. I don't understand. This is some kind of joke. I was reading on Facebook that the Russian stock market is down 50% today. I wonder if the U.S. stock market will go down 50% tomorrow. That should be interesting. I'm shorting the stock market in my Robinhood portfolio. I wonder if I can actually make some money off of the bloodletting in the stock market. Maybe I can make it like 10 grand tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But looks like Vladimir Putin is starting to threaten the United States with a nuclear attack. We can thank Joe Biden for provoking him to that point. But anyways, enough about Putin and Russia and XYZ. I just saw Loveface XYZ, and it reminded me of that Russian bot who posts gibberish in my chat room from time to time. Oh, where was I? Oh, okay. So Marlena Dietrich. So the guy's angry that he got ripped off because clearly he had the winning hand, and Marlena Dietrich's the saloon tramp switched it out. By the way, she's a horrible singer. I don't know why she kept singing one of the songs from this movie until the end of time. I guess it made her famous again. She was kind of a stoic character in her previous two flops from I guess 1936, 1937, somewhere around there. And people got sick and tired of her shtick during the mid-30s. So she moved to Europe for a couple of years, and then she got the offer to play a saloon tramp, which was a huge role reversal for her. I mean, she's even in a cat fight with Uma Merkel. She's not attractive to me at all. Marlena Dietrich. I don't know why people. She's got that goofy looking curly top, Shirley Temple wig, and she's got the little mole right here and down here. Why do people find her attractive? I don't know. She can't sing, and she's got that funky German accent. I found it rather difficult to believe that she was a saloon tramp in this. I mean, it's just not her style. But people liked it, I guess. They wanted her to be a saloon tramp. And she gets in a cat fight with Uma Merkel. I think I mentioned that just now. My short-term memory is going. But that and the government corruption angle kind of made it a little bit better, but not much. That's why I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. So the corrupt mayor, I mentioned the crooked government set up in this Wild West town. I forget the name of the town. Bottleneck or something. Is it Bottleneck? Is the name of the town? Fictional western town of Bottleneck. So the town sheriff, Keogh, he goes in there to do something, to meet with Kent, the saloon owner, the corrupt guy that I was telling you about, or the bad guy, the greedy guy, the cattle rancher thief. He's charging like $2,500 for your cattle to go through his property. So, and he's accumulating property through unscrupulous means, namely fraud, at a poker game. So, Keogh gets shot, the town sheriff, and Kent says that he left town. He makes up a story, but then the mayor appoints a saloon drunk guy as the new sheriff, thinking that his incompetence will make him easy to manipulate, I guess. And so the deputy, the sheriff sobers up and he calls James Stewart to town. Apparently, Stewart has a reputation. His name is Destry in this film. So Destry shows up with no guns. He's really a wussy. And how he manages to survive without any guns is kind of absurd and ridiculous. This whole film is hard to believe, and it's supposed to be a comedy western, I guess. There was the opening credits say suggested by Max Brand's novel Destry Rides Again, but apparently there's nothing similar to the book in this, and it also doesn't resemble anything close to Tom Mix's version of this, the original, which is Justice Rides Again. So you can't really call it a remake, I guess, other than the movie title, maybe. But the movie title says Justice Rides Again. So Tom Mix was a big star from 1909 to 1935. He was in a lot of westerns. And 291 films. I've never seen a single one of them. Oh, Love Face XYZ is back. How do I get rid of this person? I keep reporting it to YouTube and like nothing happens. So Destry's a weakling. The town's like laughing at him. Then a bunch of punks on the street are like firing their guns in the air and disturbing the peace. So Destry takes the guy's gun and he starts sharp shooting like Barbara Stanwyck. in Annie Oakley. And now the townspeople aren't laughing at him anymore. So he's determined to find the body of the dead sheriff, Keogh, who's left town, according to Kent. And he looks like he's going to find out, or he's got some kind of plan to find out. And then the movie veers off in a totally different direction. He's got one of the gang members locked up in jail, and the sheriff's watching him. The sheriff ends up getting shot. There's a big saloon fight, and by this time, Marlena Dietrich falls in love with James Stewart for no reason. We don't know why she had a change of heart, or what she sees in him, other than he's tall and skinny. And so she convinces all the women to storm the saloon, which is barricaded with Kent in it. So Kent's about ready to shoot James Stewart inside the balloon with all these women beating Kent's men over the head with plywood or something. And he's about to shoot James Stewart, and Marlena Dietrich runs up to him. He ends up shooting her, and then James Stewart looks up and shoots him. And that's pretty much the movie. Thankfully, it was only an hour and 39 minutes, but as I mentioned, too many dang bonus features on this thing. So I had some pork carnitas that I fried up in the pan, tried to make them crispy and a little bit greasy. But I've got like a family-sized lasagna in the oven for my son, and that's been cooking for about an hour now. Leave it in there for about I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it's huge. Serves 7. So I don't know if I'll eat the pork carnitas today, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just munch on his leftover lasagna later, because I'm not too hungry after eating that big bowl of carnitas. But see what I got coming down the pike on Netflix. I told you about my other list, right? I did that last week. Oh, I got Feeders and Feeders 2 on my Netflix queue. It was on my Steve queue. It's supposed to be not so gory, low budget sci-fi, kind of like Don Doler without the provocative women in it. So and my employer did away with masks. They say people who got the COVID shots can go without wearing masks at work. Everywhere I go inside grocery stores and department stores, I'm like the only one of 3 people in the entire store who doesn't wear a mask. Just there's a sign on every single door that says masks strongly encouraged for unvaccinated. So I guess that means they're not checking it. I know they're not checking it at my work, because I go barefaced into work now every day. But let's see. Got Christine, 1983. The Stephen King novel Adoption that I fell asleep at my buddy's place in Redwood City when it was on cable. Probably around 1985, I think. And A Farewell to Arms, 1932, with Gary Cooper. And I got Father's Little Dividend with Spencer Tracy and Elizabeth Taylor. A sequel to Father of the Bride. So there was Father of the Bride, 1950, which I also have on my Netflix queue, but there's a short wait, so I don't think I'm going to get it next week. And then Father's Little Dividend, 1951. So that's what I've got coming. Not too much excitement there. Rather boring, actually. That's probably why I don't have that many comments on my videos or chats. Only Karate Man and Adrian are left. Everybody else just disappeared during this. Torturing myself on my Netflix queue. But anyways, I better wrap this up. It's going over 20 minutes. Hope you're having a great week over there in Australia, mates. My two remaining channel fans, laters.